Welcome back to part 3 of our programme covering Tattersalls. Weather very changeable today. Showering 1 minute, sunshine the next. Now, Avril catches up with one of our top equestrian athletes, Cian O'Connor.
Cian, great to see you attending the Premier Series. Who are you riding today?
I've got an 8-year-old stallion called Aramis.
And tell us a bit about him.
He's a very good horse. I've had him since a 7-year-old. He won the 7-8-year-old championship in Dublin, and he was second here in the Grand Prix yesterday, so I'm very happy with him, and all going well.
Good show for you so far then?
Yeah, it's nice here. I mean, the organising committee do a really good job. The ground is perfect. They've been unlucky with the weather, but nothing they can do with that. But the ground's very good, so it should be a good class today.
Yeah, Cian, a very big supporter of the show here at Tattersalls. Lives, in fact, just a little bit down the road in Ratoath. This one, Aramis, and you went to the Premier Series here in Ireland by Ascari out of a Campione mare. In fact, we're just catching a little snippet of Cian's round. Cian, unfortunately, goes on, has 12 faults, and time 87.96, so he won't feature against the clock.
Frank, you must be pretty happy with that round.
Yeah, delighted with how New World jumped today. It's great.
How'd the course ride?
It was fairly technical. There was a few difficult lines. Time allowed was tight. There was a few on time falls. Kind of suited my mare. She's very adjustable, and time allowed usually isn't a problem. So I was happy with the course today.
Now, next ride, we're going to have a highlight view of, this is Dean Rogan riding Falco van Spyveld. And Dean's been minding this one. He's been very patiently bringing this horse up through the ranks. It's by Toulon out of Elise de Darman mare. Dean really, he's going to be, his star will be shining bright very soon. That is for sure. It's a really solid combination. And in fact, Avril has a chat with Dean after his clear round.
Dean, you're having a good day so far?
So far, so good, yeah. Sunny horse I have here today, but he's been clear in the first round, so looking forward to jump off.
How's the course riding?
It's tricky in spots. The line down the middle is taking quite a few hostages at the end. It's quite a short 5, and then the double uphill fence 3 is catching a few as well. So it's a nice, good course, really good course. Ground is great. It's holding up really well to the rain.
Joining me now is Captain Jeff Curran. Jeff, how's Mullabane in good form today?
Yeah, he is. I actually haven't ridden him since Balmoral now, so I'm sure he will be in good form. Yeah, he's best fresh, so he's been doing a little bit of hacking and a bit of working, a bit of relaxation in the paddock, so I'm sure he'll be fine, yeah.
So you've deliberately left him off for today?
Not so deliberately, no. I was competing in campfire there Friday and Saturday at the international event, so that's the way it happens, that it doesn't really bother me. It shouldn't bother him too much either.
Is it difficult maintaining both disciplines, doing a high level of eventing and show jumping?
It kind of depends on your horses. Like, for example, Mullabane, it shouldn't pose too much of a problem coming here today without having ridden him for a few days, but another horse, it could be totally different, you know. So at this moment in time, it's not really, no.
What did you think of the course when you walked it?
It's nice, yeah. It starts off nice and not so big. The distances are all nice at the start. There's a difficult turn from the vertical to the oxer on probably 8 strides or a very forward inside 7. That'll probably be the difficult bit, or the combination treble bar, vertical. So
Do you think it suits your horse?
it should do, yeah. It should do. It's like I said, it's not very, very big. The conditions could make it more testing. The ground is absolutely beautiful here in Tattersalls, so I think it should, yeah.
Jeff, certainly a master equestrian. To be eventing at a high level and competing at Grand Prix, that takes a lot of dedication, a lot of focus. There's only so many weekends in the year. And if you're not eventing at the top level week in, week out, you're going to make a mistake and flip up and seriously hurt yourself. Super round from Jeff. And in fact, having said that, Jeff unfortunately finishes the round with a fall. Himself and Mullabane part company, but they both get up and they're fine. As we move on to our next interview with Avril.
Joining me now is last week's winner, Captain Michael Kelly. Michael, tell us about the 2 horses you're riding today.
The first horse I ride is an 8-year-old stallion by Dimont Simile out of Rincula Bua, which is a full sister of a very successful mare that we had called Rincula Boo. The horse was bred by Harold McGarren in County Longford. Was previously campaigned by Jones for Lisava Stud and has represented Ireland in Lanigan at the Young Horse World Championships. Very exciting horse also for the Army, a lot of scope. So it's a bit of a test for him here today, big class, but he's qualified for Dublin for the 7-8-year-olds. I've jumped him in a couple of classes. This will be the last class he jumps before Dublin, so it'll be a bit of experience for him. And the second horse I jump is Ringwood Glen, the horse that won the last leg of the Premier Series in Balmoral.
How do you think they'll handle the conditions today with the wind and the rain and whatnot?
Yeah, the wind is a bit of an effect on horses, all right, but being honest with you, I'm after jumping a horse there, and the ground is fantastic here. The jumps aren't going to fall, like it's not that windy. The rain is not so bad, so I actually don't think it's going to affect too many people, because at this standard of competition, you don't have too many young horses. They're all well used to the conditions and different bits of wind and rain, so I don't think it's going to affect too many horses.
It's definitely a fantastic opportunity for anyone to advance their career in horse riding, to go and join the Irish Army equitation team for sure. They get to ride all types of horses. And here's one man, Captain Michael Kelly, riding Ringwood Glen. Really having to work hard at that last fence, getting Ringwood Glen back in his hocks, getting to wait for the upright. Certainly not lacking the jump or the scope, that is for sure. Now, in fact, he goes on and has a clear round as we move on to our next rider. Now it's on to Ger O'Neill riding Go For It. This is an exciting combination. I can't wait till next year to see what this duo get up to when they have a bit more mileage under their belt. Horse certainly has plenty of talent for the jump, plenty of scope and blood, and the right man is in the saddle to do the job. So it wasn't the height, it wasn't the track that caught Ger out, it was the clock, and Ger finished his round with just 1 time fault. It was clear jumping, so he may well feature in our jump off round in part 4.
Facebook or Twitter?
Twitter?
Facebook.
Oh, Facebook.
I'm a Facebook person.
Facebook.
When you go to a show and you're standing around and you're never bored at a show, but you kind of have the app back on.
You're supposed to be working at a show, not on Facebook.
Yeah. Can we have another question, please?
When you were a child, which rider inspired you the most?
John Whittaker.
Francis Collins and Edward Doyle.
Nick Skelton.
I suppose Eddie Mackin.
You know, Paul Dara, Eddie Mack and Jerry Mullins, and then Jerry Mullins became a mentor and coach and friend of mine over the years, so many of the good Irish riders really.
If you could steal any horse on the international circuit, which would it be?
Well, that's what the likely option for me being an army rider would be going global.
Going global.
I don't think, actually, I'd have to travel too far nowadays. I think all credit goes to Greg Broderick, actually, at the minute. He's done a fantastic job producing MHS going global, and I wouldn't be the only rider in the world who'd love to ride him.